It's Wednesday, January 18th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news, including new details on the murder of a Stratford man. We also have the latest on a Bobcat attack in Connecticut and a suspect who stole a SWAT team rifle apprehended yesterday. Frank Granito joins us with a look at the forecast and later on a Nutmeg Sports update, and Donna Lang will take a look back on this day in history. But first, a man sought for nearly 2 weeks for allegedly stealing a police SWAT team member's gun from a car outside of a Milford home was captured in Stratford Tuesday after a brief foot chase. Milford police received a tip around 2:15 in the afternoon on Monday, reporting that 26-year-old Justin Parcell might be at the Stop and Shop in Stratford, just over the Housatonic River from Devon. Officers from Milford responded and caught Parcell after he attempted to flee. He is accused of stealing an M4 rifle, a ballistic vest, and night vision goggles from an unlocked vehicle belonging to a Bridgeport police officer that was parked on Booth Bay Road back on January 4th. The stolen items were recovered a short time later. Parcell is now facing several charges, including first-degree larceny, criminal possession of a firearm, and possession of an assault rifle. His bond was set at $150,000. According to the Connecticut Post, the items belonged to Bridgeport SWAT team member William Simpson, who has been placed on leave after leaving items in the back seat of an unlocked car. The officer could face potential penalties. Madison Creeder, a woman police initially reported might be with Parcell, returned home after police announced they were looking for the suspect, that according to Milford police. And in other news, a court filing is revealing new details about the murder of a Stratford man, Joseph Camionale, who was killed in an upscale apartment in Manhattan. The New York Daily News reports that a court filing by one of the murder suspect James Rackover's co-defendants provided a detailed accounting of that horrific November 13th killing of 26-year-old Camionale after a night of hard partying. Camionale was first reportedly beaten unconscious after a night of cocaine and boozing, then viciously pummeled and kicked while helpless, according to a statement by suspected co-conspirator Lawrence DeLeone. The suspect admitted to the initial attack on Camionale but blamed the murder on James Rackover, the surrogate son of a renowned jeweler. DeLeone said in a statement that all I did was punch him. Then James said he didn't want to go to jail, and so then he stabbed him. DeLeone said the initial assault started as an argument over cigarettes. And in other news, Norwalk police are looking for 2 armed robbery suspects. On Saturday morning, Norwalk police say 2 white or light-skinned Hispanic males entered the Rainbow News and Variety at 205 Main Avenue. Both males were armed, and at least one had a Hispanic accent. They were wearing hooded sweatshirts, masks, and gloves, police said. One suspect was armed with a large silver-colored revolver and the other with a black semi-automatic pistol. Both suspects pointed their guns at the owner and demanded cash. Suspects ran from the scene, and police are asking anyone with information to contact them at 203-854-3192. And 3 women in Colchester were being treated Tuesday after a bobcat jumped on one woman and scratched 2 others who were trying to stop the animal's attack. The Middletown Press reports that the State Department of Energy and Environmental Protection staff, which located the bobcat, shot and killed the animal following that incident. Authorities were alerted about the attack, which took place at about 11:45 a.m. in the greenhouse at Caring Community on Waterhole Road. State Police spokesman Kelly Grant said Caring Community is a day and residential center for people with developmental disabilities that's located about 2 miles from the East Hampton line. The victims were injured during that greenhouse program that takes place, according to a DEP communications director. The 3 women were taken to Marlborough Medical Center for evaluation and treatment, while the bobcat's body was taken to the State Department of Health lab for a rabies test. DEP wildlife authorities say it is rare for bobcats to attack humans, and most often rabies is the cause. However, the DEP also said it's rare for bobcats to get the mid-Atlantic version of rabies. And in other news, the arrest of a Greenwich representative town meeting officer for allegedly groping a woman in town has sparked outraged calls for his removal from office. First Selectman Peter Tessie and other government officials told the Greenwich Time Tuesday that they've received numerous emails since the January 11th arrest of Christopher von Kieserling, and they're demanding action. A longtime member of the RTM and chairman of its District 8, von Kieserling was charged with fourth-degree sexual assault after he allegedly reached between a woman's legs from behind and pinched her in the groin area, following a political argument between the two. He is due in court on that charge at January 25th. Tessie said he's received 20 emails condemning von Kieserling for his alleged actions. The Time reports there is no mechanism for removing a member from the Greenwich RTM, a fact that came to light earlier this month when a member from District 1 was arrested for possession of child pornography. That member, Christopher Sandys, resigned from that body days after his arrest. And a 19-year-old man and 3 youths were arrested by Fairfield police early Monday, suspected in thefts from unlocked cars in Fairfield. Police said Fairfield and surrounding towns had seen an increase in thefts from cars left unlocked. Suspects traveled by car into residential neighborhoods, stealing purses, computers, GPS units, as well as phones and cash from vehicles that they could get into. At about 2 in the morning Monday, a Fairfield police officer checking businesses in Southport after reports of thefts in Westport and Southport saw a suspicious vehicle parked on the side of Pease Avenue with its lights on. As the officer approached, 4 people jumped from that car and fled into the nearby woods. One suspect was apprehended near the scene, and Fairfield Police K-9 Maverick, Norwalk Police K-9 Kimbo, and State Police K-9 Silver all responded to help track those suspects. They were all later apprehended. In total, 3 juveniles and 19-year-old James Harris were arrested and face several charges. Let's now switch gears and throw it over to Frank Granito for a look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. We've seen the early morning fog and showers have now moved on as we are going to be looking at cloudy skies for most of the afternoon with temperatures in the low 40s. There is a chance for some afternoon drizzle around Fairfield County, but we should see the cloud cover start to break up in the late evening and overnight with a low of 32 heading into Thursday morning. Mild out tomorrow with a light breeze throughout the afternoon. Warmer too with a high of 47 in the forecast and partly sunny skies. We'll see mostly cloudy skies overnight with temperatures falling down into the 20s before what should be a great start to the weekend on Friday. And partly sunny and warm again on Friday, temperatures climbing back up into the 40s. Not as mild compared to Thursday during the afternoon before some evening rainfall that will turn into drizzle overnight with a low of 36. But that rainfall should pass by Saturday morning, which should be a sunny day to be enjoyed around Fairfield County. That's going to do it for this weather update. Let's go back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Well, we're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, Donald A. is going to take a look back on this day in history. Frank has your Nutmeg Sports update, and we have more local news, including a longtime official not running for re-election in one town. We'll talk about that when we come back.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com. It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has...
Why cook it all this holiday? Avoid the stress of holiday planning and let your friends at Walter Stewart's in New Canaan do the heavy lifting. Whether you're looking to fill in with a few crowd-pleasing sides, or you want us to prepare your whole feast, from cranberry sauce to pumpkin pie, we're ready to simplify your holiday. Place your order from our holiday menu and spend your holiday the right way, relaxing. Our fresh prepared holiday meals to go are designed with your busy schedule in mind. Visit us at stewartsmarket.com or at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan.
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at stonestrowct.com.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
Are you looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com. We're back on this January 18th edition of your coffee break on the HAN Network. It's time to throw it over to Donald Ing to take a look back on this day in history. Don.
Would you believe the greatest thing ever was banned by the U.S. government? It was. I'll tell you about it in a second. First, though, we go to 1778. James Cook, Captain Cook, the first known European to reach the Hawaiian Islands, which he named the Sandwich Islands after his friend John Montagu, the Earl of Sandwich. Montagu was an interesting character. He had a habit of eating salt beef between slices of toasted bread while playing cards. Anyway, though it was a friendly meeting at first, relations quickly soured when Cook attempted to kidnap the island's king, whereupon Cook was essentially body slammed and beaten and stabbed to death in front of his men. 1788, the first elements of the First Fleet, that is 11 ships carrying 736 convicts from Great Britain, arrive in Botany Bay, Australia. Australians, by the way, are used to not being trusted, so in a battle of wits to the death, never choose the wine in front of them. To 1943, the U.S. government bans the sale of sliced bread. Yes, they did. It was a wartime conservation effort, and it lasted until the end of World War II. Only whole loaves were allowed to be sold. Bread, you see, goes stale from contact with air, so sliced bread won't last as long as a whole loaf, and people will then use more of it rather than sending it overseas to the army. Finally, now we go to 1978, staying in Connecticut for this.
In Hartford, Connecticut, a light snowstorm fell on the night of January 18, 1978. A routine matter in a New England winter. But those 4.5 inches of wet snow were the straw that broke the camel's back in an engineering disaster so colossal it was hard to comprehend. In downtown Hartford is the new Civic Center and its arena, the replacement for a massive structure with a fatal flaw.
I assume in other parts of the world they may have had bigger disasters, but this was a very large structure. I mean, size-wise, it was 300 feet by 360 feet. It was a huge, huge structure. And
That's a great job description, failure expert. Yes, a nice day, 1978, the roof of the Hartford Civic Center collapses under a 4-inch snowfall just a few hours after UConn had played a basketball game there. There were no injuries, and the renovated building would reopen 2 years later. That is your look back in history for today, January 18th. I'm Donald Ing.
All right, thanks so much, Don. Well, getting back to local news, Monroe First Selectman Steve Vavrick released a statement yesterday morning to announce his decision not to seek another term. Vavrick has served Monroe for 28 of 30 years that he's lived in town. In addition to his role as First Selectman, he's also been a member of the Parks and Recreation Commission, Town Council, Board of Finance, and the Monroe Republican Town Committee. Outside of his political roles, Vavrick has also been involved in various community organizations. Vavrick said that Monroe has changed over the years and that he believes the town will benefit from new ideas. All right, let's throw it back over to Frank Granito for a Nutmeg Sports update. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. Live at Trumbull High School last night, the HAN Network got its first look at the undefeated Trumbull Eagles when they hosted the Fairfield Ludlow Falcons in girls basketball. Thanks to a ferocious mentality on the defensive end, the Falcons found themselves within striking distance for the first 3 quarters, trailing by no more than 8 points. But a 10-0 run to start the fourth would put this one out of reach as the Eagles improved to 11-0 with a 53-35 victory. Claudia Tucci led all scorers in the game with 22 points. Aisling McGuire added 12, and 7 different Eagles scored in this one. For the young Ludlow Falcons, missing all 3 of their seniors due to injury or illness, Bridget O'Leary, the junior captain, scored 12 points to lead the way. Bridget Paulman and Ida Bocci chipped in with 7 points each. Let's take a look at the highlights from last night's Eagles win.
Good evening, and welcome to Trumbull High School as we get set for some girls basketball action for the Falcons. But again, holding teams to 36 on the season.
You know, they're going to look for Taylor.
And the foul. And the Falcons off the Bridget O'Leary bucket with an opportunity to take the lead.
So your opponent out, you'll get that rebound. Again, Taylor Brown, great look, but there's Tucci helping her out there with the offensive rebound and put back. We know you like that. Hashtag Frankie free throws.
As Taylor Brown with an open 3, she's starting to find the stroke now after picking up her first 2.
There it is, Frank.
Quickly got 5 here in the quarter, and the lead is 20. As Paulman's going to have to hurry to get one off here. Partially blocked, and it will not reach. But a good effort despite a tough loss. The Eagles remain undefeated, 53-35, your final score.
Now 11-0 on the year, 8-0 in the FCX. Trumbull maintains that first place spot in the conference, and they've also moved to number 1 based on the PowerPoints tiebreaker in Class L. Looking at the other girls basketball scores from last night, Ward topped West Hill 60-45. Staples over Central 60-27. Wilton beating St. Joe's 46-24. Stanford a big winner 60-19 over Central. Danbury held off Darien 50-42. And the Ridgefield Tigers moved into sole possession of second place in the conference with their 63-51 win over Greenwich last night in a battle of 8-1 teams. We'll have more analysis on all those games, plus be joined by Wilton boys coach Joel Gariak this afternoon on Nutmeg Sports as he gets us ready for our Ward-Wilton Game of the Week tomorrow, featuring the last 2 undefeated teams in the conference. That's going to do it for this Nutmeg Sports update. Let's send it back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Well, according to the Stratford Star, many people spoke in favor of building a dog park in Stratford during a recent town hall forum, but they don't all agree on the most ideal location. Stratford's Roosevelt Forest and Longbrook Park appeared to have the most support among the more than 30 public speakers at the January 12th meeting. Some people, however, spoke strongly against Longbrook Park, a 41-acre parcel between Main and East Main Streets that's surrounded by homes. Booth Memorial Park, Great Meadows, and Short Beach also are under consideration for the facility by the Stratford Dog Park Subcommittee, which will offer recommendations to the Parks and Recreation Committee. A report should be provided in February to the Town Council, which has the final say on where to put a dog park. And travelers along I-95 in snowy weather may catch sight of the state's new tow plows. The Department of Transportation recently received 2 of the plows, which swing out from the rear of a traditional plow truck, allowing for the clearing of 2 lanes at the same time. Drivers are urged to stay clear of the snow plows while on the road. The safest advice, the state says, is for motorists to give the plows plenty of space, to not attempt to pass them, and to keep in mind that the road behind the snow plows is in better condition than the road ahead. The DOT tested one of the tow plows under a pilot program last winter. They say in addition to improving operational efficiencies, they have safety benefits such as rear and side-mounted cameras, lights that illuminate the plow area and provide a warning to nearby motorists. More on that story at wiltonbulletin.com. We're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, we're going to recap some of the top stories we're following today on your coffee break after this.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Are you ready for winter? Ski & Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski & Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier network, and we've also reached 1.7 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
We're back on this Wednesday edition of your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping some of the top stories we're following today, including that a man sought for nearly 2 weeks for allegedly stealing a police SWAT team member's gun from a car outside of a Milford home was captured in Stratford after a brief foot chase. Milford police received a tip around 2:15 in the afternoon Monday, reporting that 26-year-old Justin Parcell might be at the Stop and Shop in Stratford, just over the Housatonic River from Devon. Officers from Milford responded and caught Parcell after he attempted to flee. He's accused of stealing an M4 rifle, a ballistic vest, and night vision goggles from an unlocked vehicle belonging to a Bridgeport police officer that was parked on Booth Bay Road on January 4th. The stolen items were recovered a short time later. Parcell now faces several charges, including first-degree larceny, third-degree burglary, and theft of a firearm, as well as several other charges. His bond was set at $150,000. According to Connecticut Post, the items belonged to Bridgeport SWAT team member William Simpson, who's been placed on leave after leaving items in the back seat of an unlocked car. The officer could face penalties, according to the Post. Madison Creeder, a woman police initially reported might be with Parcell, returned home after police announced they were looking for the suspect. And a court filing is revealing new details about the murder of Stamford man Joseph Comunale, who was killed in an upscale apartment in Manhattan. The New York Daily News reports that a court filing by one of the murder suspect James Rackover's co-defendants provided a detailed accounting of the horrific November 13 killing of 26-year-old Comunale. Comunale was first beaten unconscious after a night of cocaine and boozing, then viciously pummeled and kicked while helpless, according to a statement made by suspected co-conspirator Lawrence DeLeone. The suspect admitted to the initial attack on Comunale, but blamed the murder on James Rackover, the surrogate son of a renowned New York jeweler. DeLeone said in a statement that all I did was punch him. Then James said he didn't want to go to jail, and so he stabbed him. DeLeone said the initial assault started as an argument over cigarettes. And Norwalk police are looking for 2 armed robbery suspects. On Saturday morning, Norwalk police say 2 white or light-skinned Hispanic males entered the Rainbow News and Variety at 205 Main Avenue. Both males were armed, and at least one had a Hispanic accent. They were wearing hooded sweatshirts, police say, masks, and gloves. One suspect was armed with a large silver-colored revolver and the other with a black semi-automatic pistol. Both suspects pointed their guns at the owner and demanded cash from the register. The suspects ran from the scene, and Norwalk police are asking anyone with information to contact them at 203-854-3192. And 3 women in Colchester were being treated Tuesday after a bobcat jumped on one woman and scratched 2 others trying to stop the animal's attack. The Middletown Press reports that the State Department of Energy and Environmental Protection staff, which located the bobcat, shot and killed the animal following that incident. Authorities were alerted about the attack, which took place at about 11:45 in the morning in a greenhouse at Caring Community on Waterhole Road in Colchester. The 3 women were taken to Marlborough Medical Center for evaluation and treatment, while the bobcat's body was taken to the State Department of Health lab for a rabies test. DEP wildlife authorities say it is rare for bobcats to attack humans, and most often rabies is the cause. However, they also say that it's rare for bobcats to get the mid-Atlantic version of rabies. We're going to switch gears now and throw it over to Frank Granito for one final look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. Again, that early morning fog and showers have now cleared out as we are looking at cloudy skies for the rest of the afternoon with temperatures in the low 40s. There's a chance for some afternoon drizzle, but we should see cloud cover start to break up in the late evening and overnight with a low of 32. Mild out tomorrow with a light breeze throughout the afternoon. Warmer too with a high of 47 degrees in the forecast and partly sunny skies. Mostly cloudy skies overnight though, with temperatures falling into the 20s before a beautiful Friday afternoon. Partly sunny, warm again Friday, temperatures back in the 40s. Not as mild compared to Thursday. We might see some evening rainfall that will turn into a drizzle overnight with a low of 36, but that rainfall should pass before Saturday, which looks to be another sunny day around Fairfield County. That's your last look at the weather. Let's go back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Well, we're going to wrap things up here on your coffee break, but coming up at 12:30, myself and Josh Fisher on CT Pulse, we're going to be giving you a who's who of potential gubernatorial candidates in 2018. We'll also be talking about one town's reaction to a drug rehab facility potentially moving in, and a lot more. Of course, Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock and live action tonight, Frank.
We have got boys ice hockey, the defending FCI champion Greenwich Cardinals at the Darien Ice House against the New Canaan Rams. That at 6 o'clock tonight.
All right, thanks so much. We are going to see you tomorrow for your coffee break at 11. Have a great day.